Well, hello, this is Jeff
Wait, something
Gaudiosi,
happened,
and
Wordle.
you're on misplacedstraws.com where music comes to life. And it's another episode of my favorite Christmas songs here on Misplaced Straws.
Word on.
And my guest
Sorry.
today is returning to the site.
Oh, sorry.
We first talked in 2021 when she put out her record Black Crow Moan. She's followed that up with an amazing record called Battered to the Bone. And she's here to talk about all of her favorite Christmas music. Please welcome back Eliza Neals. Welcome.
Hi, so happy to be here. How's everyone doing? So glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Oh, my pleasure. And before we get into the Christmas stuff, let's talk a little bit about Battered to the Bone. You've gotten some great reviews on it, a ton of airplay on satellite radio. What's the reaction to it been like for you?
It's been so overwhelmingly great. From the very first moment I gave it to, send it out to everybody. And within, I think, 2 weeks, it was on Rack of Blues and number 6. Like it was on Sirius XM. And it was like I think it was on 3 times, 4 times a day, like for almost 6 months. Now it's still on like 1 or 2 times a day. But it's all over the world. People just love it. They just are I just couldn't be happier about it. I mean, we went in and did it, and actually it was done in only 1 take, pretty much the whole song. So it was magic, it just was magic in a bottle, I think, this time. Everybody was on the same wavelength and it all worked out.
And as an independent artist, do you feel like you have to work 10 times harder than everyone else for your success because you don't have that machine pushing it? It's literally all you.
Yes, it is. We're a 2-man show over here, and it's minority female owned. It's so difficult, but it's a labor of love. And I couldn't see myself doing it any other way because we have like 100% control over creativity. Everything we choose to do is because we want to do it. It's not because someone said, well, you need to do this or that. We just record a song, get an album done, and boom, we can have it out in 2 weeks. You don't have to wait, but it is hard. It's very hard because being an independent woman, first of all, you're up against all the women who are on labels. They have way more money, way more staff. And we're the underdog, but we keep on surprising everybody and surprising ourselves as we go along.
Now let's get into the reason why we're here. Let's talk about some Christmas music. Growing up, was Christmas music a big part of your household?
Absolutely, it was. I mean, ever since I was about 3 years old, we were listening to Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Have a holly jolly Christmas, all those like old school tunes, the vinyl. My dad would play all that stuff for us. I have 2 sisters and a brother, so yeah, we've been listening to Christmas music forever and ever, and it's beautiful music, and it really warms the heart. I love Christmas time and the holidays.
Now, you put out your own original Christmas song a little while back called On This Merry Christmas Day. What led to that? Would you ever do a full record like that?
Yeah, I would, find all my classics that I love and do it. In fact, that song was written especially for the great Marvin Gaye in the 70s by my mentor and friend, Mr. Barrett Strong from Detroit, who I've written over 30 to 45 songs. Let's see, more than that. I think 60 songs with. He wrote all the Temptations, all the Marvin Gaye hits, Dells, so many. He's an icon. He's still alive. He's in LA. And he wrote this Christmas tune. He told me, I really want you to sing this song. And I said, well, tell me about the song, Barrett. And he said, I wrote it for Marvin Gaye, and he never got to sing it. So I just kind of turned it into my own song, and he loves the ballad, the one I did with piano. I don't know if you heard that version. I have a guitar version and a piano ballad version. And the one that Barrett really loves is the one I did on piano, and that's the one I put out. So I love doing stuff like that and making it my own. So yeah, I'd be open to that for sure.
And there's always the big debate when it comes to talking with people about Christmas songs between the classics, the ones everybody knows that get covered over and over, and the artists that actually write original stuff. And there's been some really cool original stuff out lately. And Joe Bonamassa has done some over the years and things like that.
Mhm.
What's your take on it? Do you like kind of creating something new, or do you like reinterpreting the classic stuff?
Oh, I always love writing something new. I mean, it's just a great thing to do. But like, I always love the classics. So I'm kind of half. Like I probably do some classics and some of my own, or maybe even like, take an original one and do it like an old classic. So I would probably mix it together. But I think it's great when you write a new one. Why not?
Yeah,
You
and
know,
I think people don't really
for
realize
sure.
the strong connection between the blues and Christmas songs. I mean, BB King had one of the great Christmas records ever. Etta James, even up to Sharon Jones and the Dap Kings. That was a fantastic record. In your travels, did you ever get into kind of the blues side of Christmas, or were you more into, the pop and classic side of it?
Hello? Hold on.
Mm.
Something froze.
He's
Are you
here.
there?
Yep.
I didn't hear what you said. Can you
Okay.
repeat that?
It's
Sorry.
the blues has always had a strong connection with Christmas music. BB
Right.
King had one of the great Christmas records ever. Etta James, even Sharon Jones and the Dap Kings.
Right.
Have you ever gotten into like the bluesier side of it, which is kind of your wheelhouse, or do you kind of prefer the classic Christmas?
I like going bluesy on all of it. I mean, well, I'm so into like what Aretha's version of Silent Night. That's one of my favorite all time. Of course, Donny Hathaway, This Christmas, and I like R&B, blues, Motown also is like blues with the beat. So I love the bluesier versions, definitely. I think they're really creative and really have a lot of feeling and a lot of soul and a lot of blues. I mean, blues is the epitome. So
Mhm.
it,
And I
it,
think,
it touches everybody.
yeah, and for me, I always tend to lean toward, I want to say kind of the darker side of things, but I like, the song that
Yeah.
really, gets you. So I think the blues versions of even the classic songs are the ones that really grab me.
Yeah, I agree with that. I like all that, it's just a little darker, like you say, a little spin. And that's what's so great about the blues. You can go a little darker and touch on things that, but still touch people in a different way. So yeah, I totally agree with that.
Yeah. So if we had to put you on the spot and, you got the stack of vinyl, you're going to put on your one favorite Christmas record. Do you have one?
God, it's so hard to pick, but I just have to go with Silent Night by Aretha.
Mhm. Can't
I
go
just, because
wrong
I
with
saw her
Aretha.
sing it live.
Mm.
Yeah, I saw her sing it live 5 years ago in Detroit at the Detroit Athletic Club. I was watching the Four Tops, which I opened up for the Four Tops a couple times out of Detroit. And my friend Duke Jr. invited us to the show. We went. We were sitting right in the front. And here comes Aretha out with her white fur coat on, and she drops it and then starts singing Silent Night. It just brought the house down. Everybody was crying. It was amazing. So I would have to go with that.
Well, it's funny because probably around that same time, it had to be about 4 or 5 years ago. The one time I got to see Aretha, we saw her on New Year's Day here in Connecticut, and she played
Okay.
that, and she did a whole set with just her playing piano, and Silent Night was one of them. I believe she followed it up with Bridge Over Troubled Water. So it's
Oh
there's
man. Right.
nothing
She
like it.
melts songs together and
Yeah.
everything, right? Did she
Yeah.
like melt it
Oh
together?
yeah. Yeah.
She does that.
Yeah. She was amazing. That's for sure.
Yes, after that, it's like, okay. What I mean, there's so many great ones, but that is it for me. Yeah.
So now coming up, you're always on the road, you're always playing. What's 2023 looking like for you? Will you be hitting the road, hopefully coming up here to the Northeast because we didn't get you this year? Any new music coming?
Well, 2023 is starting off I'm going back to my favorite, one of my very favorite festivals, Mystique Blues Festival, the one where Joe Louis Walker, the famous icon, he invited me back again for the third time, actually the fourth, because the third was virtual. So we leave on January 23rd, and I'll be there through February 9th, and it's almost 3 weeks long, and I got the chance through the years to like play with Rick Estrin, Deanna Bogart, Ian Siegel, Morales is part of the band, Morale Carolize in the band. I mean, it's just unbelievable. And of course, Mr. Joe Louis Walker, who I got to record with. And that starts the year off with the bang. So I'll be there. And of course, I met Mick Jagger there.
Yeah.
He lives there. So it's not a bad gig, dude.
Not at all.
No, so we'll start off with that one. And then I do have some stuff. I just did Buddy Guys in Chicago. I got to sing with Buddy Guy. So that was a huge, huge thing for me because he really stayed up on stage a long time. And, you know, I was singing with him and he was up there for like, gosh, 30 minutes or more. And it was just amazing. So my third time playing there was standing room only. So knock on wood, we have a trend going, you know, it just for being independent, like you're saying, yeah, we have to promote harder. We have to do everything 50 million times harder. And I think people don't really understand that. They think, oh, you know, I don't know. I don't know if they understand it, but I think you do. And it's really, really hard, especially busting into these festivals because it's all, you know, run by the major labels. So we have to like, you know, get in where we can get in. And so I mean, the last 2 years ago, I was at the White Mountain one. That's an amazing one. That's out your way. And so 2023, yeah, we have some good things coming up. I'll be doing some really cool festivals, spring and summer, and a lot of cool shows. We're getting more and more gigs. So just check my website, elizaneals.com. You can see everything there. Also Instagram. You can go on Facebook and see. I try to update as much as I can, but we have a lot of cool things coming, and we might have a new song coming out for the new year too. So it's all shh, but it's coming. I'll just tell you, whoever's listening to, we do have something in the works right now.
That's great. Can't wait for it. And you know,
it's a little darker. Since you like dark,
you know, we like that.
Love this one. You're gonna love it. It's funny. I think you're gonna think it's funny. It's like I'm not going to say anything. Just wait till you hear it.
Can't wait. You know, it's always a pleasure talking to you. I mean, I know how hard it is for an independent artist. So you always have an outlet here on Misplaced Straws to get out whatever news you need to get out. And I will tell you, as I will be putting up my top 20 of the year over the course of the next couple of weeks, and Battered to the Bone was my highest ranked blues record on the list. So
oh my God, really? That's so great. Thank you. That's so great. I'm so happy to hear that. I appreciate that. We worked really hard on it. And you know, like when magic happens with the musicians, you're hearing the magic along with a ton of like 2 years of writing songs and a piano and arranging. And, you know, I arrange, I write them, you know, I collaborate with a friend of mine with different musicians here and there, but most of these I kind of did myself. You know, it's a lot of hard work for, you know, independent, but I do it. And it's, like I said, a labor of love. All I've ever wanted to do is do my own music and be a recording artist. And so I really, really appreciate that. And I'm honored. Thank you so much.
Oh, my pleasure. Well, we've been spending some time here with Eliza Neals. And again, thank you so much for doing this. Have a great Christmas, and hopefully we can catch up here in the Northeast in the new year.
Definitely. I'll be coming your way. So check my... April will be out your way. So I think we'll be doing some stuff in April. So we'll definitely we'll see you there. Okay.
You got it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And God bless everybody. Love y'all. Bye.